welcome to this explainer. Listen, if you're a senior getting ready to fly, or maybe you're helping a family member book an upcoming trip, you absolutely need to pay close attention to this. We're looking at some brand new airline rules taking effect, specifically some massive shifts coming in 2026, alongside a bunch of hidden federal rights that most senior travelers simply don't even know exist. And let's face it, the airlines, they're not going to just volunteer this information. Why? Because honestly, informing you about these protections usually costs them money. But today, we're unpacking exactly what these changes are, what you are legally entitled to, and the exact words you need to use to save money, skip the stress, and maintain your dignity at the airport.
So be honest with me for a second. Do you truly know your federal travel rights? Most people only find out about policy updates when they're actually at the airport. They're standing in some massive line, totally stressed out, and by then it's way too late to do anything about it. It's like a giant trap. On one side, you've got the uninformed passenger who ends up paying all these extra fees and enduring uncomfortable security screenings. But on the other side, we have the empowered traveler. And by the end of this explainer, you are going to be that empowered traveler. You'll literally never be caught off guard again.
All right, here's what we're covering on our journey today. First, navigating the new seating rules. Second, getting a free escort pass. Third, knowing your TSA rights. Fourth, carrying medical liquids. And finally, bypassing those brutally long customs lines. Okay, let's dive right in with Section 1, Navigating New Seating Rules. For a whopping 52 years, Southwest Airlines basically operated on their famous open seating model, right? You got a boarding group, walked onto the plane, and just kind of scrambled to find the best available seat. Well, that whole era is officially ending. As of January 27th, 2026, Southwest is moving completely to assigned seating. You'll have to select your seat right when you buy your ticket, just like on almost every other major airline. Now, for a lot of folks, this is just a minor tweak, but if you're a senior traveler with specific physical needs, this kind of changes the whole game. And this brings up a really crucial contrast between just buying a restricted ticket and actually using your federal rights. Look, if you buy the cheapest ticket, the basic fare, the airline is going to assign a seat for you at check-in. And let's be real, that's probably going to be a middle seat crammed way in the back of the plane. But here is the secret the airlines will never advertise. If you have a documented medical or disability reason, like say you absolutely need an aisle seat because of a knee replacement, a hip issue, or maybe a bladder condition that means you need easy restroom access, you are protected under the Federal Air Carrier Access Act. This isn't a preference, it's a medical accommodation. You just call the accessibility desk when you book, explain what you need, and they are legally required to block that necessary seat for you at absolutely zero extra upgrade cost. Seriously, never pay extra for an accommodation you're federally entitled to for free.
Let's keep moving. Section 2, Getting a Free Escort Pass.
This is a brilliant tool called the Non-Passenger Escort Pass, sometimes just called a gate pass. It basically allows a family member, a friend, or a caregiver who isn't even flying to go through security with you and wait right at your gate until you board. Here's exactly how you do it. Step 1, call the airline right after you book and tell them you're an elderly traveler who needs a companion gate pass. Step 2, on travel day, you both go to the physical check-in counter together. Step 3, your companion has to show a real ID-compliant driver's license or a passport. Step 4, the agent prints a pass that works exactly like a boarding pass to get them through security. But hey, one major warning here. You really must arrive at the airport earlier than usual for this. The agent has to verify the IDs and manually print the pass, and that just takes extra time. It's not going to work if you're running in at the last minute.
All right, Section 3, Knowing Your TSA Rights. I want you to burn this number into your memory, 75. If you are 75 years of age or older, TSA protocols specifically dictate that you do not have to remove your shoes, and you don't have to take off a light jacket. We all know how it is. TSA agents are super busy, the lines are frantic, and they just start yelling to the whole crowd, "Shoes off, laptops out." Listen to me, do not let the noise and the rush of that checkpoint pressure you into doing something you literally aren't required to do. Instead, I want you to use this exact script. When you step up to that conveyor belt, make direct eye contact with the officer and clearly say, "I'm over 75 and I'm keeping my shoes on." Boom. That's it. You aren't asking for permission, you are confidently stating a procedural fact based on their very own rulebook. The agent will just direct you right through. Now, what if you have a metal implant, like a pacemaker or maybe a hip replacement, that you know is going to set off the metal detector? You'll be pulled aside for extra screening, sure, but you do not have to stand there uncomfortably while they do it. Say this exact phrase: "I have a medical device, and I cannot stand with my arms raised. I need to be screened while seated." The TSA is required to bring you a chair. It is absolutely crucial to advocate for yourself in this moment to preserve your physical balance and, frankly, your dignity. Moving right along to the checkpoint stuff. Section 4, carrying medical liquids.
So, we all know about the pesky 3.4-ounce liquid limit, right? Well, that limit does not apply to medically necessary liquids. You can absolutely bring full-size bottles. But the real trick here is understanding the action of declaring. You can't just leave these large liquids buried at the bottom of your carry-on bag. You have to put them in a separate clear bag, place it right on the belt, look at the officer, and actually use the word declaring. Saying, "I am declaring these medically necessary liquids," instantly triggers their official exemption protocol. It forces the officer to just test the liquids for safety instead of tossing your really expensive supplies right into the trash bin. So, what exactly counts? Here's a quick look at what's exempt: insulin, nutritional drinks like Ensure or Glucerna, your prescription liquid meds, saline solution, and even liquid supplements. Now, pay close attention to this massive warning regarding insulin. If you travel with ice packs to keep it cool, they must be frozen rock hard when you hand them to the TSA. If they've started to melt and feel even a little bit slushy, the TSA can legally classify the ice pack itself as a non-exempt liquid and take it from you. So make sure you freeze them rock solid right before you walk out your front door.
And finally, Section 5, bypassing long customs lines.
Guys, there is a massive difference between the heavily advertised global entry program and this incredible hidden gem called the Mobile Passport Control app. It's an official app directly from US Customs. Think about it. Global entry costs $100, requires you to go in for a background interview, and takes months to process. Meanwhile, Mobile Passport Control is completely free, requires 0 interviews, and it works instantly. You just download the app, scan your passport, and when your flight lands, you just answer the standard customs questions on your phone right from the taxiway. It generates a little QR code for you, then you just stroll up to the dedicated Mobile Passport Control lane, which, by the way, is almost always empty, show your code, and you are through in minutes while literally everyone else is stuck waiting for an hour. If you travel internationally even just once a year, downloading this is an absolute no-brainer. All right, let's bring this whole shebang together. From securing the exact seat your body needs under the Air Carrier Access Act to bringing a companion right to the gate for free. From keeping your shoes on at TSA to bypassing those awful customs lines entirely. The core truth here is really simple. Airlines and airport systems profit when you don't know your rights. But guess what? You are no longer at their mercy. You now know your rights, and you are armed with the exact scripts to demand the treatment, the respect, and the dignity you deserve.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. You know the secrets now. The airport really doesn't have to be this place of anxiety or physical strain anymore. So, where's your next stress-free journey going to take you? I want you to think about that dream destination. And hey, when you're ready to start planning, please share this explainer with your friends and family so they can become empowered travelers right along with you. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and